Hey guys, this is What If Deku Was a Galaxy Wolf Part 3? Yeah, Part 3. So, last time we left off, Deku had made the Nomu get disintegrated by getting absolutely obliterated in the sun. Yeah, I wasn't too creative. But that's fine. Let's just skip forward to when Deku is back at UA. Deku was sitting in 1A waiting for Aizawa to come in the yellow sleeping bag. 1 minute passes by, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Aizawa hasn't gotten there yet, which is not too like him. He's late sometimes, but never above 5 minutes. 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, and then finally President Mike comes in and says that Aizawa won't be coming in today as he has gotten the flu. Everyone is relieved that Aizawa isn't dead, and they go on to work. They go to English class, and then finally they're in the Hero Course class now. And All Might says, "In just a few months, you will be going to the UA Sports Festival. Now be prepared, as the UA Sports Festival is one of the hardest festivals in UA. Good luck." As he walks away, he also says after that, "Oh, by the way, you're gonna go home until the sports festival starts." So everyone goes home and everyone is training, except for Deku, since he is already too freaking overpowered. Yeah, I know. He's really overpowered. Now, skip forward to the sports festival as Deku is walking into the lockers. He gets on a white t-shirt and some sweatpants, and then puts on the UA, you know what I mean, the jacket, the gym suit. He puts on the jumpsuit thing and then goes out onto the field. And the first test is a race. So he's racing and he's at the back, but then he opens his pocket dimension and sucks everyone inside and puts them behind him, as he uses his dog form to run a lot faster than everyone else. Since he's at the front and everyone else is at the back, and he is in a dog form, which is pretty big if you don't remember the first part. The dog form is really, really, really big. So they have no chance against catching up to him. Then Deku gets to the tight ropes as he goes into his pocket dimension and goes all the way across. Now he's in a minefield. He does the same thing, except he makes a huge portal to his pocket dimension above the mines, and they all go into his pocket dimension. He runs across the minefield in his dog form. As no one has even caught up yet, he wins the race. See what I mean? He is too overpowered. But I decided to make this series, so I'm sticking to it. Deku wins the race as the sirens start blaring, and President Mike comes on the speakers and says that Deku has won the race. Everyone is shocked. They haven't even got to the tight ropes yet, and someone has already won the race? Well, they didn't say that because they literally saw the guy who won the race. And let me remind you, I haven't told you how long it took Deku to win the race. It took him, if he wanted to win the race, he could have done it in at least a millisecond, because he could have just pocket dimension there, boom, he wins. Yeah, he could do that, but he's nice, so he decided to run. And just completely skipped the tightropes and destroyed the minefield, so no one else had to worry about the minefields. But Deku was nice to the teachers also, so he pours the minefields out of his pocket dimension, and they all go back down to the field. Some explode, some don't. So he wins the race in 5 minutes, while it takes everyone else around 20 to 30 minutes to even get to the minefield. Now, Deku doesn't know this yet, but he is being targeted, as he has the 1 million bracelet and headband. He has the 1 million headband. 1 million. Dang it. So now it's the cavalry battle. And Deku he picks his team, and then he just teleports into his pocket dimension and waits till it's over. I know. I didn't really have anything to do for this. Most of his powers are really destructive. And he can run at speeds up to 100 miles per hour, if I didn't already address that. So, it's not like anyone was gonna get him, even though he was on the top. He wasn't even in his dog form. He was just in his normal form, and he just teleported them into his pocket dimension. And then they talked until it was over. I know. I didn't want to do that either, but I didn't know what else to do, so yeah. Now we're on to, you guessed it, the fight. Cementos builds a stadium, as Deku and Shinso are one of the first people up there. Deku wins this. Now, if there's any details about the fight that you need to know about, I'll tell you. But if there's not, I'm just not gonna tell you. Deku goes up to Todoroki, wins the fight. Yeah, basically the same in the anime, except for he just teleports them out. That's his strategy. And I'm just gonna make up stuff from here. Next is Bakugo. He's going against Bakugo now. He tries to get Bakugo in the pocket dimension and teleport him out of the ring, but Bakugo isn't falling for this, and Deku knows this. As Bakugo tries to explode himself backwards, he goes into a pocket dimension and then falls right on the edge, as he was off his guard and didn't have his calculations right. Deku tries to do this again, but then he says, why not change it up a bit? As Bakugo charges at him, as he turns into his dog form, gets Bakugo on top of him, runs to the edge, flash bombs him, which is one of his abilities, that's what he calls it. He takes one of the balls of light and shoves it in his enemy's eyes, which he says is a flash bomb, which is, because it's really bright. So since Bakugo can't see, and his senses are being deprived, and he can't see at all, except for white. He can't hear, except for pee, which is from the energy light ball thing, which is very loud. You know what a microwave sounds like? It's like that, except 2 times louder. All of you probably know what a microwave sounds like, but yeah. So Bakugo can't see as Deku puts him down, as he's running around trying to punch for Deku, and then Bakugo loses. He runs out of the field unknowingly. Yeah. And that's why you don't have anger issues. Deku ends up winning the entire sports festival. Yeah, I know. Surprising, right? He's really overpowered. So Deku goes back to UA, and everyone is like, oh my gosh, you made it so far in the sports festival. As Deku is just saying, I barely even tried. He says that in his mind because he's a very nice person and he doesn't want to be rude to their faces. Sorry if there's any echo, and if you hear purring, my cat is snuggled on me while I'm recording this. Now, we're cut back to Shigaraki and the League of Villains. Shigaraki is in his room and he is watching the sports festival as he sees that the sports festival winner barely even tried. Everyone he versed was gone in an instant. So he tries to pull a stunt. He goes to UA, disintegrating the barrier, and brings the League of Villains in with him. Now, I'm going to say this once because I don't want to say it again. This isn't canon, but let's just say Shigaraki has Toga, Twice, Spinner, all them. Let's just say he has them, okay? For right now. Because he's going to have them for the red. Like, he got them right before the sports festival. Not canon, by the way. That's not canon. Okay, so Deku is in his room. He's doing nothing. He's just laying on his bed. And then his mom comes in the room and says, Deku, it's time to go to UA. They called a meeting or something. So Deku goes to UA as Shigaraki and the League of Villains infiltrates right as he's there. And Shigaraki knows he's messed up as he knows this guy won the sports festival. But then remembers that he knows that he can't use his quirk. Deku doesn't need to use his quirk. He's still powerful even without using his quirk. As his quirk is a mutant type and transformation type. This means he can transform parts of his body, and he has claws. He has freaking claws, which can cut through tungsten like it was freaking butter. Yeah. They don't know this because he didn't do this in the sports festival. He's about to do it to them, though. Shigaraki runs up to Deku, about to kill him, as Deku dodges and then slashes his back deep enough so it's not anything vital, but deep enough so it'll hurt a lot and immobilize him until he can take out the entire league. Twice runs towards him as he does the same thing and throws Twice on top of Shigaraki. Now, if you're wondering, Shigaraki didn't land like he couldn't catch himself. He landed face first, and like he's blacked out. He got a swipe to the spine. Yeah, and it hurt so much that he passed out. Dobby says, I'm out of here. I'm not doing this. As Toga says, get back here, you meanie. As Dobby just runs, Toga runs, and then Spinner runs straight towards Deku and then he realizes Deku just wants to protect people. So he says, "You're a good hero. I respect you." And then he walks away. So yeah. They put Shigaraki on bars. They put cinder blocks on his hands. And then make his fists, force him to make fists. And then make Cementos hold that position. Make the cement go around it. So he can't move his hands at all. He can't touch the concrete at all. And he's just hanging there. They put his hands on the roof. The roof is only around 6 feet. I'd say Shigaraki's around 6 feet. So he's just hanging there about an inch off the ground as Cementos pulls up cement and surrounds him with it, so he can't move his arms, he can't move his hands, and he can't move his legs. Shigaraki isn't getting out of there. That's all I can tell you. And twice, they take off his mask and force him to go crazy, which is not a very hero thing to do, except he wasn't crazy. He just had a mental disorder, which would drive him crazy. So after a while, the mental disorder just kind of went away, and Twice was back to being a good person, a normal person. So they let Twice go without the mask, which, if he ever puts on that mask again, it'll make him go crazy again. So, yeah. I don't know how long this has been going on for, but I'm gonna keep going. So Deku goes back to UA and is like, "So, what did I miss?" As everyone looks at him with a dead eye stare and says, "You missed Aizawa coming back, but then he had to go back to the teacher's lounge as he is still sick." "Oh," Deku says. "Oh, okay." President White comes in the room and says, "Well, you were supposed to pick a class president, but you guys really blew that. We were supposed to do it a while ago, but you guys didn't let me. And I'd say that Izuku Midoriya is going to be the class president, as he won the sports festival and is literally the strongest in your class. No joke." Yeah. So everyone picks Deku to be the class president, except for Bakugo, because he's still peeved off about Deku even existing. Anyways, I think I'm going to leave it off here. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Oh, and by the way, I have a 100 subscribers special waiting, so when we hit 100 subscribers, I'll release that. You want to see what it is, don't you? Gotta subscribe. Get us to 100 subscribers, and if we get to 100 subscribers, I'll release that video. Now, it might have some what ifs in it, but I'm planning on it only being around 10 minutes long, and it's going to be a compilation of all of my videos. It's going to have all the names of them, and it's going to have me talking to him some. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you anymore. But, anyways, guys, bye. Like and subscribe. I hope you like this video, and bye.